Cyber awareness should be an essential part of our education system because technology and the internet are becoming even more critical to everyday life the farther into the 21st century we get. By learning cyber awareness skills, students will be able to think on their feet by using critical thinking skills. Critical thinking skills are important, especially when dealing with technology and the internet, because if something pops up or happens, or they are thinking whether or not it is a good idea to do something, they will use their critical thinking skills and ultimately decide whether it is or is not a good idea. Pop-up messages happen all the time. They often are not protected, and you have no control over what pops up. It is important for students to be able to read the pop-up message and be able to get rid of it without having the computer contract a virus or getting scammed into doing something. It is also important for them to understand that pop-up messages are not real and that inappropriate things can pop up on your computer at any time. Knowing how to handle those situations will not only use their critical thinking skills, but also protect them. When at school, we have to sign a contract at the beginning of the year saying that we will not use any inappropriate websites or anything like that. But what would be even more useful for elementary school students to have is at the corner of their computer, they could have a little note card that asks them questions reminding them if the website is appropriate, if what they're doing is right, would your parents and the teacher be okay with that? What happens if this happens? Just a little reminder, so that way if they're thinking, should I go to this website? Well, would my mom let me do that at home? Would my teacher be happy with me? And that way they can see that right on their computer screen as well. Citations and plagiarism is also a really, really big part of growing up and being able to use the computer and not mess up, because plagiarism and citations, they aren't going to go away, especially when you go into the real world and you might have to write a report on what's happening or even just giving credit to something that's not yours. Being able to learn how to use citations and stop plagiarism is a really important part, especially when you're looking at the computer 24/7 and your views can be a little bit swayed. Being able to use knowing how to cite resources correctly and make sure that you're not plagiarizing someone else's work is really important, because that can be a lawsuit, that can mean losing your job, and that could just mean getting an F on a paper. Cyber awareness is a really, really important thing for students to be able to understand and use in their daily life. By making cyber awareness part of our curriculum, we can ensure that students are being responsible and respectful to themselves and to other people online and help them in their future jobs and other living situations. Thank you.